Good day. What's going on? This is Crypto Excel back again, bringing you more information, more alpha. Today we're going to be covering a token called WorkX. The ticker is Work, and this is a new token. It just came out recently. It's been out since December 6th, and it's currently at $1.31. Market cap of $4.3 million. And this one is a token that allows people to be employed, and it cuts out the middleman. Now, normally when you get a position, like when you get a position where a recruiter found the position for you and they get in contact with the company that's going to employ you, the recruiter gets a commission out of it. So that means that the worker, they could have gotten paid that commission. That commission is coming out of their salary. So a certain amount of time that they'll be working that job, maybe 2 months, 3 months or something, they're actually working that amount of time to pay somebody else and not paying themselves. So a token like WorkX steps in and it cuts out the middleman. There are other tokens that did something similar to this before. Like you have this token WQT, which did something similar. The difference between WorkX, which is brand new, and other tokens that did something similar that deals with employment is that WorkX uses artificial intelligence. WorkX is also growing. If you look at the amount of growth here, 659% rise in their member count in just 2 months. So you see, the time to get into things like this is in their infancy, which means like now. You don't wait for it to become Amazon, right? You want to place your bets with the winners, like the ones who are winning and dominating the industry, but you want to get in as early as possible. Now, if you look today, WorkX is up 31%. And I don't normally, mention coins or cryptos that are up 40% in a day. That's not my thing. And I wouldn't recommend buying something that's up 40%. So I would wait for it to retrace a little bit. I wait for it to come down maybe 20% or come down to like $1.20. I think the golden point to get in if it comes down to like $1 or 80 cents, but I would definitely be getting in. WorkX, by the way, this token came out on Paragen. Paragen had this token. They had an ideal listing where they listed this for 17 cents. So this has had phenomenal growth in just a short period of time. And if you look at the chart, it's going up and to the right. So what I'm trying to say is that even though it would have been better to get in at 17 cents or something lower down here when it was flat, 70 cents, etc., it's still going to go up and to the right. So one or two things could happen right now, right? Bitcoin could correct, right? Bitcoin could correct, and it could pull back, and at that point, maybe you get your entry for WorkX, right? I also want to. I have to give my disclaimer. I didn't do my disclaimer. Remember that this is not financial advice, and you should manage your risk, right? This is cryptocurrency. Anything could happen with crypto. I'm not a financial advisor. Make sure you manage your risk, all right? But that all being said, I have my eye on this. Because I do think that it's going to do good things. It's already showing me that it's pumping up and to the right, and we've just started. The market cap is really low. I consider anything under $10 million really low. The fully diluted market cap is 131 million. If we were in a bear market, this would be a no-go, because that would mean that the price of the token would just keep on going down, and I would wait for it to plateau and flatten out like this flat line right here before I get in. But we're not in a bear market. We're in a bull market, right? So in a bull market, pullbacks are for buying, right? In a bear market, when you have a pump in a bear market, it's for selling, right? When you have a pump in a bear market, it's for selling. When you're in a bull market and you have a pullback, it's for buying. So for WorkX, I'll be looking for a pullback, and if it pulls back as much as I would like to 1.08, $1.08, and I'll be happy and I would buy. That's if I wasn't in already. I am in already. But if I wasn't in, I'd look for $1.08, right? Or $1.20 if I couldn't get to 108. And again, the golden area where I would love to get in if I wasn't in would be 80 cents. But I see a lot happening for this. This would be a buy and hold for me. I would buy it and I would hold it to the bull market. And I'm looking at this thing hitting $5 within the next few months, very, very quickly. And in a bull market, this is a 100x token. It's a 100x token because it's already parabolic. It's killing it as far as what it does. It's niche. I don't see anything competing with it. This is the go-to coin right now when we're talking about employment. It's new, right? It's new. It's coming out in a bull market. The market cap is below 10 million. It's extremely tiny, and it's gaining traction. Every week there's another 100-200% people piling on that's either using this token or joining their Telegram. Their Telegram activity last week was like 30,000. Now there's 64,000 people. And again, I'm not going to wait for it to be 3 million people in the Telegram and for it to be listed on Coinbase for me to buy it. No, I'd put like $400 or something into the token when it's early, and I ride the volatility. Okay, so I buy it and it falls 30%. I'll buy a little bit more, right? And it barely moves and it doesn't move or that much or whatever, that's fine. And if it were to fall a little 10% more than that, I'll just buy a little bit more. And when I say buy more, I don't have to put a lot. I mean, I could even put $30 in, right? And he's like, well, $30 don't make that what are you going to get rich from 30? If you're buying the dips in a bull market in a micro cap that's below $10 million market cap, $20 on a dip adds up, because $20 could go to 100x. And remember, you're doing multiple $20. You're not just doing one, right? So it adds up. So these small little dips can end up being something like $50,000 in the future. I'm using hypothetical numbers. I'm making assumptions based on the past, and there are many variables when you predict something like that. So it's not going to be 100% accurate, but overall, I think this is a good investment for me. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a crypto enthusiast. So WorkX, welcome to the Internet of Jobs, an open and free marketplace for work. So basically, if you're a talent, if you're a worker, you come here, you put all your information in, and people who are seeking talent also come here. People who are seeking workers, and they come here to seek them, right? So you could imagine how much it is if you're a firm and you're looking for employees, how much you have to pay independent contractor or independent recruiting company for your employees. We're talking like for each hiring, it could be like $3,000 or so dollars, and that adds up quickly. So people would rather come here and do it. One of the biggest boosts that WorkX offers is that it uses artificial intelligence. And if you look at the computing power and the strength of something like a ChatGPT, the efficiency of a ChatGPT, this is way more powerful than a Siri or Alexa or the things that we were used to in the past. It's more intuitive, and it assumes and associates words and context better than these devices did in the past. So I can only imagine how powerful the AI, the brand new AI within WorkX is. It's probably a lot more intuitive, and it's probably more useful. Which in usefulness, another word for usefulness, and what I just said in one word in a nutshell is called efficiency. So when you have efficiencies, especially when you're doing it on a mass scale, you lower the cost. And you also increase the income and you reduce the time. So from the the perspective of a worker, that means you get more gigs. I'm telling you what I'm assuming is going on, and this is based on the growth of work X. I'm assuming all of this based on the growth of work X. You see, the marketplace will let you know what works and what doesn't work, right? You can do smoke and mirrors for only so long, but when it comes to spending money, the money's going to go to things that are the most efficient. It's going to go to things that work, right? If you look at Apple AirPods, they're able to sell AirPods that are usually $20 for $200. Why are their AirPods $200, and why were they able to sell it? They were able to sell it because their AirPods were more efficient. They're light enough to carry. They weren't the best AirPods in the world, right? There are AirPods that had better sound. There are some AirPods that had more connectivity to different devices, right? But overall, the Apple AirPods had the most of these variables that were efficient and that were desirable. They had a good level of each one. So, of a scale of 1 to 10, if you look at the portability of the Apple AirPod, it was pretty high. It was like a 9, very portable. Actually 10. It was really portable, right? It was lightweight. Connectivity, 10. It connects to all your devices, whereas the other Bluetooth devices, it would drop, it wouldn't connect, the range is too far, only the left side worked, the right side didn't work. These kind of things, right? Durability, if it drops, does it fall to 10,000 pieces? No, it won't do that. The sound quality of the Apple AirPods, I'd probably give it 7, 8, right? So you might have one piece of device that is a 9 on sound, but the other things, portability, efficiency, connectivity, it didn't meet those criteria. So you couldn't sell it for $200 and make as many sales per unit as you would an Apple AirPod. Now, how does this relate to WorkX? The way that it relates to WorkX is that you have a pretty young, energetic team. It looks like you have an older gentleman here, and I would assume that he has a high position in the firm. So this is legal and board member. So you still need leadership with some experience to make sure that all your decisions are not emotional. This one's a CTO. This is Daniel D. White. And then you have the young talent that are going to push things, that know what's going on. And you see, you need young people too, right? Because young people are going to come in and they're going to tell you, no, Bitcoin is the future, right? Whereas Charlie Munger, God bless him, or Warren Buffett are going to say, no, tried and true dividends, things that return a cash flow return, that's what we need, right? So you need a mixture of both. It's not that, I don't want to say anyone is just wrong, but I'm saying you need to pull from a synergy of effective and efficient people, and you need people who are smart, energetic, and have ambition. You need them all together to work to a common goal. And when you do have these kinds of people, you end up getting a product that the consumers want. And I'm saying all of these things about WorkX because if this was not the case, if what I was saying was wrong, you would not have this kind of growth. You see, you have to pay attention to the growth, right? They're talking about what they did in 2 months, but I'm looking at their Telegram. I'm looking at the interactions on the Telegram, and in 1 month, it went from 30-something thousand to it doubled. It doubled in a month. So I would say that I would want to I want some exposure to this now. I think as retail investors, we're very concerned about price, and we should be, but I think we are too concerned about price. We need to focus on value, because if the value is there, if the value proposition is there, the money will come, the profit will come. People will, the price will go up eventually, right? So we don't want to buy things, and it's a primitive mindset that we have, and it's just ingrained in all of us. We don't want to buy something unless someone else is buying it, right? But the 5% that make the biggest killing in the market buy something that is undervalued because they see the value in it, and they realize that others will. It'll just take them a while to see it, right? So now that it's up, now that WorkX is up 31%, it's not comfortable buying when it's up 31%, right? It doesn't feel good because no one wants to be dumped on. So I wouldn't recommend buying it up 31%, but what I will say is that it's a good idea to dollar cost average in to get a small bit of exposure to it, because it can fall 10% and we feel like, oh, it's going to fall another 30%, and then we're waiting for the 30% dip, and then the dip doesn't come, and then a couple weeks from now you come back and you look at WorkX and it's $2.30, and then you're like, man, I should have bought it at 130, right? So if I had a out of 100% of my money to put into this project, I would wait for a little pullback, maybe to 118, and maybe I put in like 10%, right? Just put in a little bit. And if it falls some more, then I put in a little bit more. And if it really, really falls, then I put in 40% of the money. Kind of like that, right? And if it goes back to 80 cents, heck, man, 80% of my money would be in there at that point, right? Because it's still going. I see where this is going, right? This is going it's going to be pretty high, and I wouldn't be too caught up on trading like, when it pumps I'll sell some so I could buy back. I've been there. We're just not traders, right? Most 90-something% of traders lose. That's why you never see traders, or you really see a trader that made millions of dollars from trading. Traders are employees. Kind of like, I'm not knocking an employee. I'm an employee too, right? But the idea is to get to a situation where we won't have to be employees all our lives, right? So we want to invest too. That's how you make your money work for you, right? And so trading, it's a very good skill to have, because you can use it as an extra source of income, but it should not be the foundation and the go-to, like, I'm going to be a trader and that's it. And because it's kind of frustrating. As a trader, you have to be in front of your computer all day long. You have to monitor every little tick up or tick down, and it's a lot of anxiety. And another thing too is that I've never seen a happy trader. I mean, what does that mean? I mean, like, overall happy, like overall in life, like, I'm glad I'm a trader. I don't see that. I see traders are usually stoic, serious, but not stoic in a good way. Stoic in like, I need to go check the screen kind of way, right? Like you're always working. So, and it doesn't look like there's a break. It's not like I'll just be a trader for the next 2 years and then I'll quit. No, it's like a trader for life. Some of the firms I used to work at had traders, and there's a lot I could read from people, and they would probably be surprised that I know this, right? And these are assumptions. I could be wrong, right? But I could read that they probably like get dopamine hits from drugs or nightlife or these kind of things. I don't think these were generally happy people. I mean, they were sitting there looking like robots, like they were trained like, I must show no emotion. But the problem is that we're human beings, and human beings, even if we don't show emotion, there still is emotion. It's on the inside, right? And they're like, emotion in trading leads to being wrecked. But the problem is that we're emotional beings. All right, so I'm going off on a tangent. What I said was still wise, is wisdom, but I did go off on a tangent. Let me go back to WorkX. So in a nutshell, 4.3 million market cap, fully diluted is huge, 132. So there only 3% of the supply is out, right? So normally I would not buy anything with 3% of the supply that's out. But I will tell you this. I would look for a pullback. I feel really, really good about WorkX. Like there's something about this that makes me think that it's going to shock and surprise everyone. Usually when tokens first come out from an IDO, they come out from up here, and then they crash. They completely crash, and for the next 3 months it's just going down. And after that it goes like sideways, right? And that also has to do with the price of Bitcoin, but generally they go down when they first start. WorkX, if you look at it, it came down a little bit, went sideways. It didn't go down that much. See, from when it's high, it didn't go down that much. And guess what it's doing? It's going back to that high now. This chart doesn't show it, but it was at 140. It was the real high. And CoinMarketCap, sometimes they pick up securities like 2 days or so after they list. So at 140 was the high. So it's going to go to the high now, 140. It's going to hit it. It's going to come back a little bit, hit it, come back a little bit again, but not as much as it came back before. Then it's going to hit it a third time, come back, and then next time it hits, it's just going to bust straight through. And then we go to price discovery. And then in a couple weeks from now, you say, man, I wish I bought it when it was $1.30, because now I'm not going to have the opportunity to buy it. And again, I must reiterate, this is not financial advice. This is just my thoughts on a project, and I'm a crypto enthusiast. Crypto Excel. My name is Crypto Excel, so obviously I'm going to be talking about cryptos that I think are going to excel, right? Do not put all your money into any one cryptocurrency. Manage your risk and consult a financial advisor should you need financial advice. But I'm definitely hyped and I'm pumped about this project. And I'm looking at all of their numbers. Add talent to AI. Hire the best AI experts to generate exceptional results. So they have AI experts. That's interesting. Okay, highlighting top clients on your profile. Add to your dev languages to get buyers. So you have the decentralized work narrative, right? And you have AI, right? Then you have that it's a new project, right? Then you have that they have a docs team with professionals on it, right? And then you have that we are going into a bull market, right? Then you have the feds that are going to be lowering interest rates in 2024, right? Then you have the Bitcoin halving, which is going to be happening in April 2024, right? And then you have just an overall money printing that's going to be happening very, very soon, right? And then you also have the Bitcoin ETF, right? So you in January 8th, 9th, 10th, the Bitcoin ETF might be getting passed for ARK investment and other big and powerful firms. So it's an on-ramp where trillions of dollars could flow into Bitcoin itself. And then by March, BlackRock and other institutions have a deadline for their Bitcoin ETFs to pass. So if these things get passed, you have an on-ramp for trillions of dollars to flow into Bitcoin. Now it might be another 3 months from there until you start to see the actual money, significant amounts of money flow coming in. You add up all of those together, everything I just said, and then you look at a token like WorkX that has a market value of that's under $5 million. If this becomes the premier within decentralized work, if this becomes a premier, then this could be very, very big, right? Currently it's on KuCoin. It's also on MEXC and PancakeSwap, right? But KuCoin generates a lot of volume. So 53% of the volume, the daily trading, is on KuCoin. And so it's trading $2 million on KuCoin. If you were to take the volume to market cap of this crypto, that's 104%. So what that means is that the market cap value is 4 million. It has over 4 million of daily trading volume. So what that means is that this doesn't matter of time. One or two things have to happen, right? One or two things usually happen, and what happens to get the ratio back down to like 20% or lower? Either the daily volume decreases, like the daily trading volume decreases, or the market cap decreases, like one of the two things, right? Or the price. The price increase. The price increases, and the volume could stay similar, right? So what I'm trying to say is that we are in an upward trend, and it's going back to test that resistance at 140. And with this kind of volume on a security this new and with this low market cap and the fact that it's already on KuCoin, and then the other 10 factors I just mentioned before, I think that this, in a bull run, heading towards a bull run 2025, I think that this is 100x gem. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. It's on my radar. If I didn't have exposure to this already, I would go and get exposure. I think the team is talented. I like the fact that they're doxed. I like the presentation of their website. I like the fact that they look like they know what they're doing. You know, there's a Medium articles, and there's a few of them. There's articles of Business Insider, okay, and there's Forbes. So investing, I think they're the real deal. I do. And you can never be 100% sure with any crypto, because it's crypto, right? It's very volatile, it's unregulated. But with something like this, I would place a small bet. When I say a small bet, it would be money that is not going to kill me, right? So it depends on everyone's situation. You know, for the average person, I would probably just put a couple $100, and and that's a little bit when it pulls back to see, and see how it does, because something like this could explode. You never know. But that's it for me. Be good, guys. All right, take care.